Hello and welcome everybody. As promised, we are about to open a shitload of Gacha Crystals. As you can see, we got 466 in the in here right now. A good chunk of which are Ascendant. A good chunk of which are other ones. Like I would say that probably a majority of there might. It's probably about 50-50 ramshackle versus cool ones. Now, I'm gonna give you guys some secrets real quick on this because I've been doing a lot of testing. I've also had some people give me advice and stuff like that. Also, before I start, this is a modded server with some slightly increased stats and stuff like that. But like the rates on drops and stuff like that hasn't been altered at all, so that shouldn't affect it. Now, first thing, if one way that you can tell if your gachas are producing really cool stuff is instead of having the really dull colors above their above their back, they'll have this instead. Like it'll get all bright, it'll have a bunch of extra colors, it looks crazy. Now, I've heard raw metal is the best thing for getting gear out of these guys. However, I have a passive stone farm down the hill thanks to about 4 Dodicaruses that are wedged in behemoth gates, and for any of you that haven't seen this before, just because it is an amazing way to keep your gachas full. So basically, I've behemoth gated off a big area that has trees and rocks. I've put Velonosaurs on turret mode as well as a few Managamars that are just kind of leveling until I need them. And then wandering around in there are Dodes and Dodicaruses and Castorides, which are the beavers. Now, those two animals have the cool ability that when you have them on passive, or on, not passive, on wander, if they bump into a resource that they can farm, they will automatically farm it. So basically, I just run down there, pull all the stone off the Dodicaruses, come up. Now, what I've been using is stone foundations. They've been working incredibly for me. I'm going to show you how well they've been working for me. But for those of you that are rich or have a big tribe, I've heard raw metal is the go-to. Now, you mix stone foundations or metal with owl pellets to get the results that we're looking for. I've tried a bunch of different stuff in them. I've tried a couple of different like kind of styles of how to do them, and it seems like they really didn't want people to pack 30 of these in a tiny little room. Because one thing that so basically I have about 8 or 9 gachas, and they used to be all surrounding the Robo Sage here, kind of hearing the teachings and having a little fun RP moment. I had never gotten anything beyond a primitive crystal, even though I was giving them the right food. Felt like I was doing everything right. Well, the key is they produce way faster and way better stuff if you keep them separated from each other. So I'm going to have to do a little bit more testing to get you the exact distance, but one thing that I know for sure is that these guys right here, I'll go ahead and here, let's just fly around real quick so I can show you where they're all at. So we got one there, we got one here, you can see there's one back there, there's one over there, there's one on the other side of that Rex, there's one back there, and then there's one up on the rocks over there. They seem to be far enough away where they're at now that they're all getting the cool colored light effects and that they're all getting full efficiency. Because I'm using AA, I'm using vacuums. Basically, the vacuums just automatically suck up items that are dropped on the ground. You can see there's already an Ascendant one right there. And then I can use my control console to pull it all there. If you guys are interested, I can do mod spotlights and stuff like that in another video. Just let me know in the comments if that's something you're interested in. But it really makes automating this process a lot easier. Now, the trash can used to have an ability called Distribute to Gachas, but I think they temporarily removed that. It used to be right here, so hopefully they'll bring that back, because that was really handy for just quickly spreading your stuff out. And then, right before we get to the main event and start opening those, let me show you. Now, mind you, this is none of the resources, and this is nothing below Ascendant, because all of that stuff I started grinding down because I realized it wasn't really worth keeping anymore. So here's some of the items that I know I'll use that I kept separate. As you can see, insane assault rifle, pistol. I've got a better shotgun on me right now. I like to keep backups of stuff. However, boom! As you can see, we've got every tier of gear. There's even torches and shit, and it's all Ascendant. Lots of it with crazy values. Now, these values look insane enough, don't they? I mean, that right there is that's dumb. I have opened tons and tons of deep sea loot crates on Rag, and I have never seen anything like this without people cheating a crafting bonus, essentially. So, this shit right here is already pretty insane, but let's show you what we have on us. almost 440 hatchet, almost 440 pick, 530 pump action, which I have managed to get better than that before, but that's still very, very impressive for a couple of stone foundations and some owl shit. 450 long neck, 570 crossbow, and then our gear itself. So these are all flak or riot, but as you can see, with 5 pieces of armor, I've got almost 7,000 armor value, which is absolutely insane. Like I don't know if like I'm kind of considering just turning on a red drop and seeing how long I can tank them with just the armor, because that's really stupid, and I've never had that high of an armor value. But yeah, as you can see, we had 66. Since I've been talking, they've produced that much, and mind you, they're pretty much running out of resources. But we'll go ahead and get started here. As you can see, I can't even fit them all in my inventory. That's how dumb this is right now. And I'm actually going to put a couple back just so we have room for the loot. And alright, now I'm just going to hold E, we're going to do them all, and then we'll go through all the loot once they're all open. But you'll see it scrolling down the middle of the screen. And it's going to go for quite some time. But you can see Ascendant stuff, tons and tons of resources, like that's enough, like I'm getting enough oil from this, enough fiber from this, like I'm getting enough resources from this that it's more efficient for me to farm these gachas than to actually go out and farm resources. And so, mind you, just the resources I'm getting from this is pretty good farming value, right? Now, on top of that, you've got all the spare Ascendant, Journeyman, all the random extra crap that I know I'm not going to use. So, for instance, every single one of those Ascendant chitin pieces, I can shove that in the grinder, and that's going to be tons of keratin. All of these, like the flak pieces, like that's metal and stuff like that. All of the riot pieces, you're looking at silica pearls, polymer, stuff that's not as easy to get on this map as it has been on some other maps. The corrupted nodules do count as polymer, but they do spoil, only have a stack size of 10, even with a stack size mod, because my stack size mod hasn't updated for that yet. But yeah, it's just absolutely insane. Like, just look at this. And this is after they've nerfed it once. They nerfed it once because the first day was too dumb. And then this is, as you can see, it's still pretty dumb. And all you need is a little owl farm producing pellets and a bunch of gachas. And gachas, I'm going to tell you right now, easiest tame in the world. You walk up with like 50 rocks, throw it out of your inventory at their feet, metal, crystal, any of that stuff, and they'll just eat it and tame themselves. And the cool thing about them is they don't do the normal passive tame where they wander around and have to wait between feedings. If there's a stack of stuff at their feet, they'll just sit there and chomp it down, at least at the moment. They might change that eventually. I know the Managamars have an insanely quick tame timer on them right now too. But yeah, once we get all this done, I'm going to sort all the resources back into the console so that we can auto put it away. We'll go grind up that's anything that's not Ascendant, and then we'll go through our Ascendant stuff and take a look at what we got. As you can see, like, we got a torch right there that's 450. That's dumb. Alright, so... Here, let me scroll up so you guys can... Oh my god, there were still more crystals. Ugh! I thought it was over. Oh my god. And yeah, the first good thing I got was the first Ascendant one I opened was a mining helmet with like 1400 armor. Or 1300 armor, something dumb like that. Alright, now we can do this. And yeah, just look at the numbers on these resources. Like, for just sitting here, and, like, mind you, my Dodicaruses are doing all the farming for the stuff that these guys are eating. Like, the only thing that I'm not getting from the Dodicaruses is owl poop, which I'm getting from owls. And, honestly, like, that seems to be my slow point right there, is I need to... And we have the NPC Trader mod on as well, which helps me get things like cementing paste. But, yeah, overall, just stone foundations and owl pellets. It's absolutely mental. I know you guys can take a look at. Oh my god! Look at that fucking sniper rifle. Yeah, I was telling my friend the other day. I was like, I think I'm just gonna end up with a vault full of Ascendant gear, and that's kind of dumb. Now, obviously, I'll go grind down all the poorer end Ascendant gear just because I've got so much, and it's just way more than I need. But oh, see, there's some beautiful stuff here. Just look. Oh no, we want that. You can have that. Just so many resources. And as soon as I sort this, there will probably be another couple crystals sitting in there. Oh god. Alright, I think that's all our resources. Bonk. Didn't know where. So now we run over to the grinder. I use an AA one just because they're cool. But it'll work with a normal grinder as well. And then you just take everything that's not Ascendant and you slap it in here, or any of the Ascendant stuff that you know you're not going to use. But obviously we'll wait for that for a minute, just because we want to go through and look at the values on everything. Oh my god. See, if I wasn't a GCM right now, I literally wouldn't have had weight to carry all that shit. Like, that would have been like 30 trips worth of. Alright, so just the non-Ascendant stuff right there, look at how much crap I just got for that. Just for like those 8 items. And those weren't Ascendant, those were a mix of primitive up to Mastercraft. So, that's the thing about Ascendant, is they cost way more resources, which means you get way more out of it. So first, let's go ahead and throw the chitin in there, because that won't ever be as good as the Riot and stuff like that, but it's still kind of cool to see chitin that's, you know, like 700. Or actually, I should just be putting this straight into the... I'm done. But yeah, I'll end up, like I said, and what I'll probably do is I'll make another video when I'm actually going to grind everything down, just so you guys can see the raw amount of stupidity that comes from it. Chitin. So yeah, shitloads and shitloads of chitin. You can see there's some amazing mining helmets there. Get rid of all that stuff. Oop. I don't know what that was. Throw that. Alright, so axe is actually better than mine. Sword, is that better than the one I set aside? It is. So put that one there. Chuck that one away. None of this, like, it's going to take some pretty serious armor to beat mine. But we'll go ahead and look at all the armor real quick. Oh, fuck. Those boots came close. Look at that. And it's a little bit less armor, but I prefer Riot. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Oh my god, yeah, these helmets. Another pair of boots that's trying really hard. A helmet that's actually better. Oh my god. Let's get that skin off there. Yeah, and that was a mining helmet, mind you. That was a fucking mining helmet. Oh, where'd my skin go? Hello? Ah, there he is. Oh, they're making me do all the work. Come on. Bam, now I'm in full Riot, and like I'm 8 away from, or 9 away from breaking 7k armor. Okay, so let's get back to it. And a lot of this stuff, like, if you're on a server where people are actually friendly and trade, if you've got gachas and other people don't know the trick, imagine how much loot you could get trading for some of this shit. Like, I can tell you, I've been on PvP servers, PvE servers, PvE servers, and I let you know, if there's anybody willing to trade, I'm like, look at this! That is so dumb! You'd never want to repair that, to be fair, but... Oh, fuck. So yeah, you can see we've got, like, we're not really getting any armor below, like, 300. As you can see, we've gotten multiple upgrades just from this batch. Alright. And some of this flak, the flak leggings seem to be doing the best. Alright, now let's look at some guns. So not a bad pistol. You've seen I've gotten way better sniper rifles, but those certainly aren't bad. That shotgun is actually better. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. That's not a better long neck, but it is a good long neck. I've set aside a better rifle for myself. And, like, look at these fucking swords. How dumb is that? Some amazing tools, like harvesting forever. Was that better? No, mine's 450. Decent sniper rifle there. Like, even the stuff that, like, so obviously I'm saying, like, good stuff versus not good stuff, but that's very relative. Because this is all incredible gear. Just, obviously, I've been seeing some way crazier stuff. Yeah, and we somehow got an even better long neck gear. I didn't think that was going to happen, I'm going to be honest. That might actually beat the sniper rifle, so nope, barely. It was close. Just putting some effort in. My rifle was 600. I mean, look at this! Look at this! This is absolutely insane. And yeah, all you have to do is just pump them full of foundations and bird poop, and all this can be yours. So, like I said, keep them apart from each other. Make sure that they're stocked up. You can tell they're doing good if those crystals are lighting up. I mean, this speaks for itself. Let's be honest. And so real quick, we'll pull out these non-ascendant ones. We'll pull out this. We'll pull out those. So there's only 3 items in here that aren't ascendant gear, and there are currently 260 items in this vault. Now that doesn't count everything that I'm wearing. That doesn't count the couple of things I've already handed out to some friends. Like, this is insane. And if you guys are not abusing the gachas yet, please, please go get yourself some, because they've already nerfed it once. They're probably going to nerf it multiple more times into the fucking ground. Now's your chance. Now is your chance. Alright. I'm going to call the video there. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, if I find any more information out about the gachas, I'll make sure to let you guys know that as well. I'm planning on doing a little bit of, so I've got pretty decent Velonosaurs coming out right now. It's this batch over here. I have been consistent, like, so this group over here, those guys, I ended up losing a crew that I was doing yellow drops to, but if I level these guys up, they can hands down do yellow drops pretty much by themselves. Like, I don't really need to help in. I just do it when, like, the mate boosted Parasers come in, just to give these guys some extra, you know, keep them from dying a little bit more. But these guys, like, the good ones are coming out with, like, I've just hooked up the new mom, but 39 health, 41 damage. I'll show you guys a yellow drop, and then once I'm ready for red drops, I'll do a video for those too. I can show off some of these other new dinos. Like, I could probably just do one video and show off all the other new ones. The Managamars, if you haven't seen them, they're absolutely awesome. They can boost around and do cool stuff. The gachas, as you've seen, are super useful. If you haven't actually seen what the Velonosaurs can do yet, if you've somehow not managed to see this yet, we'll give you a quick spoiler. So these guys are cool, because not only are they really, really savage, like raptors in Melee, you get machine gun mode that's based on stamina. So hypothetically, you could just pump that. Now, they don't just endlessly do it by themselves. Like, it seems like they'll do a little burst and then they have a cooldown on it. But what it means is that when there's something on the ground, they'll shred it to pieces. When there's something in the air, they'll bunker down and they'll shoot it down. I took about 7 over to that corrupted wyvern trench, and Jesus Christ, I just kept pulling wyverns into them, and they would just get shredded instantly. Now, and those were like mid-level wyverns too. Like, I'm not talking about level 180s necessarily, but I'm not talking about level 5s either. Like, we're talking like 100, 120, things like that, and they're just getting shredded. So those are amazing. I know there's, what am I missing? I feel like there's one more. Gas bags. Yeah, it was gas bags. And then, of course, I need to go. I'm going to go farm and try to find a cool enforcer to show you guys with. I just built a crappy little level 1 so I could try it out. Highest blueprint I've found is only like 95. I only farmed it for like a day before I got bored of it. But we'll go back and do some more of that. So yeah, be on the lookout for some new videos coming out. We'll do some cool stuff. We're off to a really good start here. I know that I'll be able to do another yellow drop later today. I'm just going to go level these guys on some Brontos and maybe a couple Rexes and things like that. Red drop, I'm going to guess it'll probably be maybe a week, if that. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop out the rest of these. I'm going to get them all to max level. I'm going to get health over 200k. I'm going to get damage as close to 1,000 or higher as I can. Those are the only two stats I'm going to worry about for these guys. I've seen a couple of good tricks, and I've got a couple of theories on really cool ways to make the red drops easier. So we'll go ahead and see if those work, and if they do, then you guys will be able to utilize those tricks as well. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.